Okay, I hope you can hear me. I've got a Bluetooth headset thing on. Better start talking, wasting time on a video. Just a thought. I just had a comment about saying, who else is going to look after you? Who else is going to look after you if you don't, And I put Jehovah, apparently, with the emoji like that, like, come on, man, face palm, as they call it. And the person put, oh, the God that never hears or never listens. Good luck with that. But it made me think how they say when you're one yes. What if I'll ever make a video without a kid interrupting? Anyway, when you're in, they tell you, hey, Jehovah did that. Jehovah did that. Isn't that strange that happened? And then, of course, they threaten you if you leave Jehovah, he won't be there for you. He'll turn his back on you if you turn your back on him. And then you leave, and then all these things happen still. And you think, oh yeah? Turned his back on me? It's just chance. Things just happen. Bad things happen. Good things happen. But when you're in, you have, at the moment, we have no friends, as it were, and no social life, which you wouldn't have in this lockdown anyway, but obviously having a whole full of people who are supposed, who are fake friends, do still, they can help you out in ways, they'll give you things, people are getting rid of things all the time. I've got this garden hose I don't want, do you want one? And you're thinking, actually, I needed a hose, I'll have that. Or they'll say, oh, I'm getting rid of a table, or I'm getting rid of some chairs, or whatever. And of course, when you first leave, if you haven't got, for the majority of people, I think, you haven't got so many friends. So that side of it is not really there. Being helped out materially. But things still go your way in the way of, I suppose materially as well. Still things come up, and it's the same things happen. You think, oh, I've got no work, and all of a sudden a job comes up. That was Jehovah blessing you, that was. And then you leave, and it's like, oh, you've got another job, did you? That's what they'd be saying there if they knew I was getting work stuff. They'd be like, well, I don't know. I suppose that's one of the things that you've got to do, really, is try and let the witnesses see that life without them is still good. Well, it is better. Still good. You don't have a good life in the Jehovah's Witnesses. The thing that keeps popping out to me recently with what I'm watching and hearing, I say hearing because sometimes I put YouTube videos on when I'm in my shed or something. I just listen to them, or I'm playing Call of Duty. I've been listening a bit more to John Cedar's channel. Some of his videos, like there was one 10 contradictions, 10 things that Jehovah's Witnesses didn't know. They're good to they're good to listen to. And I would glance at the screen every now and then because he wears some funny t-shirts. But anyway, the thing that pops out is the guilt of it. Someone put on one of the Facebook groups that I'm on. that she found an email that she'd sent to her husband saying that she wouldn't be out of ministry because the baby needs feeding. So she's got like a newborn baby. Well, and it's, I think it's a 3-week-old baby. I might be completely wrong, but anyway, this baby needed breastfeeding. You got a baby, that comes first. You ain't going out on ministry. And I have seen sisters with babies going out on ministry, and you can see they are knackered. They've waxed some makeup on. They've tried to make themselves look presentable, and they're out there and they're in a fluster. They're stressed, and they got the baby in a pushchair and in and out of the car, because obviously you go to a hall to start the field service, or you go to someone's house. It depends where you are. And then you're walking around with this baby, and if it's a hot day, it can't be good. If it's a cold day, it's not good. And yes, some of the witnesses, I remember when we'd take our kids out and stuff, and they'd say, "Oh, it's too cold. You need to go home," which was good of some of them. But it's funny how they can see it when it's there that you really shouldn't have your kids out, but there's the guilt. It's not so much the guilt. It's this soft shunning thing. This word soft shunning is very true. It's a very true thing. If you didn't go out and you didn't take your kids out in the cold, then you don't go out all winter. And because you haven't been out all winter, you're soft shunned. You're bad. Yeah, and I see these mothers with their babies and they just struggle, and you just think, I remember saying to Marie, just they shouldn't be out. They should be at home. They shouldn't be going out on ministry. It's just like not go out on ministry for like till the baby's ready. It's just not. It's not right. But you get gossiping, and they'll gossip and they'll say, "Oh, did you know so and so weren't out the other day? Oh, they weren't at the meeting. You know what's going on, don't you? What's going on? What's it got to do with you? You gossiping about them. If you think there's something wrong, go around their flipping house and help them out." That's something I didn't like in the Borg, was they gossip about other people when they don't know what's going on. They just judge constantly, judging and gossiping, and it used to wind me up, because I knew something about a brother and someone was saying, he ain't been to meetings, blah blah blah. It's like he's weak. They wouldn't say he's weak, but it would be those sort of things. He's not. He must be. He obviously isn't reading his Bible, because the Bible says, if you don't do that, he ain't gonna get Jehovah's blessing, is he? Or whatever. Yeah. He's probably. There's some bad stuff going on that the person who's gossiping is not going through. And it's horrible. And it's horrible that, there's another thing that's been coming up and popping in my mind with it is, you're down, you're depressed, you're not going to the meetings, and they treat you like, pardon my French, shit. They treat you like shit. I remember I was doing really well, according to them, doing all the right things, being a good little boy. Tit. And then something happens, and then you start going through depression, and it's usually because of something that's going on in that thing in the congregation. Someone's been an idiot, and you just having doubts and stuff like that, but you don't go. And when you go back, it's not nice. It happened to me. I was depressed. I went back, And I just said, are you okay? I noticed you ain't been right. And he'd been off on me, really off, being a funny bastard. I mean, when I was when you're doing all right, they treat you like you're the best mate. But when you aren't doing great, they back off and they're a bit wary of you, and it's just like, it's a bit weird. But that's the cult mentality, I suppose. And then I said to him, well, and then I thought, how does he know? Because I haven't really shown it that I'm depressed so much, you know. So I went to him and I said, oh, you know, just out of interest, how did you, in what areas, how did you know that I was, you know, what way did I not look as if I was doing very well? And he snapped. He was the head elder, as it were. I can't remember the name of it, overseer or something. And he goes, and he just snapped. Well, you're unreliable, blah 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 blah. You know, if I had some important information and I needed you to pass it on to another brother, I wouldn't know whether you were going to be here or not. I'm thinking, holy what? I'm not even a ministerial servant or anything. Yet you're expecting so much of me. And you noticed I'm down, I'm down, I've asked you just a question, you know, all you had to say was, oh, you know, you haven't been at a meeting, you just seem a bit, you haven't been smiling as much or something like that, you know, is there anything I can help you with, you know? But no, just a bit of a shouting at, so, but hey, I'm not supposed to swear, so I'm not going to say what I would like to say to him. I've got a new multi-tool, look at that. It's got a screwdriver, bottle opener for my beer, a spoon and a fork, and all the other fancy bits. I'm going to put that in the car. Another thing that I put on one of the groups. I don't know if anyone's in the groups that I'm on, but I've been drawing pictures, like, because I like skulls. I've liked this stuff always, but I just go off it because I couldn't. But I took a picture. I did this picture here, and I put it on Facebook and put, I wonder if I'd get disfellowship for drawing something like that, and it does make you wonder. Just for drawing a picture. Like I said, a friend cut me off because I carved out a vegetable. But hey ho, have a good day. Time's up.